Hi there. Are you in the market to buy a home in today's wild real estate market? If you are, if you're thinking about buying, you are not alone. There are a lot of people out there that are looking to buy homes in today's market. And if you are, then you already are aware that there are a lot of challenges facing buyers. I am here today because I want to give you 6 tips that can help put you in the right place to make sure that you get your offer accepted and that you can present a very strong offer that will ensure that you are put in the best position to get the home that you are looking for. My name is John Polson, and I have a lot of experience working with buyers and sellers, and the skills that I have help my buyers and sellers to negotiate the right deals so that things work well for them. So the first thing that you need to do before you can get into the 6 tips is making sure that you have the right real estate agent working for you. Pick the right real estate agent that is going to work for you, looking out for your interests, that is knowledgeable and skilled. And one of the skills that your real estate agent should have is in contract writing. Contract writing is indeed a skill, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it involved in contracts to help you get to that right negotiation process today. So the first tip for your real estate transaction, if you're going to buy, is make sure that you have spoken to a mortgage professional. So you've got your real estate professional, talk to your mortgage professional, get yourself pre-qualified, and better yet, get yourself pre-approved. First, to get pre-qualified, that helps you understand what you can afford to buy. If you go the extra step and get pre-approved, then you have underwriting approval on your income and your credit file so that you are ready to go. All you got to do now is find the house that you want to buy. The best position to be in if you're negotiating a deal is to have cash. Second to having cash, being pre-approved by the lender puts you in a fantastic position to be able to close quickly. All you got to have is the approval on the house next. So that's tip number 1, is get pre-approved. Start with being pre-qualified, but get pre-approved. Second will be, what price are you going to offer? Understanding what price is very important. Is the listing price reasonable? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Your agent needs to be able to run a market analysis and comparables to actually give you a really strong idea of whether or not that listing price is even in the market. So that process is what's going to help determine what your value is going to be. And understand that when you write the offer and you've negotiated on a price, there's still going to be an appraisal. So particularly if you're using a bank loan, there's going to be an appraisal that's going to be part of that process. And you may want to even use your contract writing skills to make sure that that appraisal is an important part of your negotiation. How much buyer competition is out there? So buyer competition is dictating right now a lot of how we structure our offers. Are there escalation clauses? Escalation clauses may not necessarily put you out of the market to buy a home. So there's a lot of things to consider where escalation clauses are being taken into consideration. And we are seeing all kinds of escalation clauses in today's offers and negotiations. Tip number 3, how much of an earnest money deposit can you put down? If you can put down a strong earnest money deposit with a contract, it's going to help. It's not going to be the thing that's going to make or break the deal, but it does certainly help if you can offer a little bit more in an earnest money deposit. Because remember, that money applies to the purchase when it closes, so you kind of get it back at the end anyway. But it's your commitment to the loan, or it's your commitment to the contract. What loan program, tip number 4, what loan program are you going to be using? And one of the things to consider there is, are sellers accepting offers with contribution to closing costs? So depending on your loan program is going to determine how much of a down payment that you're going to have. Or you're going to have closing costs that are going to be part of your loan. It's going to be part of the purchase. So there are contracts even today in a competitive market where sellers are, in some cases, accepting offers that are requesting assistance with closing costs. We have a lot of buyers in our market here in the Hampton Roads area where our borrower is using a VA loan. Well, a VA loan is 100% financing, and occasionally there will be a request for seller contribution to closing costs. So is it going to be accepted? That's part of the process of understanding the market. And depending on your loan program, you can structure your contract to put you in the right position to get the best consideration from your seller. Number 5, consider your contingencies. Minimize your vulnerability to lose out on getting the house while still maximizing the protection for yourself. Minimize your vulnerability, maximize the protection for yourself. Understand what inspections you will need to have. And then understand what you can handle when discovery of defects comes up. Almost every house is going to have some kind of a defect with it. So understand what it is that you can handle, and then make sure that you have protected yourself with those contingencies correctly. There's home inspection contingencies. You may have a home sale contingency that you have to have in place. The more contingencies you have, the less desirable your contract becomes, or the less appealing it becomes to the seller. But you want to make sure that you are protected as the buyer. And then number 6, make sure that your agent tells your story. You are part of the picture. You are part of the equation. It's not just the contracts, not just these pages that get presented. It's not just all of this. It's not just these 24 pages of contract disclosures and everything else and home inspection contingencies that gets presented. There's a story that you, the buyer, should also be able to present, and your agent needs to be able to present that for you. So that's part of this relationship, this marriage that you have with your real estate agent. I say a marriage because it is a relationship that you have with your real estate agent. And sometimes even I've had buyers that we encourage to offer a personalized letter. Some buyers will want to issue a personalized letter to accompany the offer, and that can sometimes help to show the seller a full what you're going to be using the house. How are you going to use the house? What's it going to look like for you? How are you going to live in the home? Buying a home is a very emotional process. Selling a home can also be an emotional process. Some sellers will want to sell the home to somebody that they know is going to care for the home the way that they did. So again, it's not everybody. Not every real estate agent on the listing side is going to necessarily have that appeal to them as well. But it can make a difference. So your story is part of the equation. So those are my 6 tips. I hope that is helpful to you. I hope that you took a moment to listen to this. My name is John Polson. I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is 757-707-4664. You can message me in the tab link below, or just reach out to me in any way that you can here through my email or through my phone. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and at this point, stay warm, and like today, stay dry. It's been a very wet season. Talk to you soon.